This is the case of Elvin versus the city of Waterville. It was heard in 1990 by the Supreme Judicial Court of Maine. In 1987, Kathleen Elvin was a fourth grade teacher who began to have a sexual relationship with a sophomore of a local high school. This young man was 15 years old when the sexual relationship began. He was also her neighbor, who would on occasion babysit for her and run errands for her. Even though this began when he was 15, it continued on when he turned 16 and several months after that. When the indictment came down, the school board decided to suspend her with pay as the investigation ensued. The school board based their decision to fire her later on based on the statute in the state of Maine. A school board, after investigation, due notice of hearing and hearing thereon, shall dismiss any teacher who proves unfit to teach or whose services the board deems unprofitable to the school. They definitely found her unfit after she had been indicted. The board also found that Kathleen Elvin's relationship with the boy was her own choice, fully consensual and of long duration. And then it based its ultimate finding that she just made poor judgment, and that she had a lack of concern for the emotional welfare of a public school student, and her impaired ability now to deal with other sexually exploited students due to public awareness of her course of conduct. The school board also found that the publicity associated with this case certainly has made the public aware of the charges and the sexual relations that Elvin had with a young boy from a neighboring school, and that public awareness of her conduct will undermine her ability and her reputation in dealing with students and parents. So they're seeing her as unfit and unprofitable at this point. The board also found that her continued employment will undermine the administration's program dealing with sexual abuse and exploitation of children. Now, the Supreme Judicial Court of Maine affirmed the decision by the school board that she was definitely unfit to teach.